Hey everyone, this is PrinceWatercress, and welcome back to Let's Play Sly Cooper Thieves in Time for the Sony PlayStation 3. In the last video, we learned how to use Sir Gareth Cooper's catapult crash, and we also got all 5 Sly masks in the open world for this episode. And now we have another job to do with Sir Gareth. Mechanical Menace. And moat monster sightings have increased significantly since the arrival of the Black Knight. Keep that in mind for what we're about to do. Also, I need to show some stuff off, because there's some stuff that I forgot to show off. For instance, there's not only the descriptions for some of the costumes, but also for Sir Raleigh's hat, which we found in the safe in the last video. So let's leave the hideout here and carefully make our way to the job marker. And let's make sure we also get some more gold for the things that I want to buy on ThiefNet. And if he actually had something, I couldn't really tell that he did. Well, I can always get behind this guy. Steal whatever gold he has. And then I'll just go ahead and leave him alone as I go over here.
As I told you, Bentley, a loathsome creature does indeed guard the castle.
Well, if that's true, advanced geological theory indicates the only place this moat monster could hide is inside that cavern.
Forsooth! Perhaps also because it is the only cavern in the area?
Right, if this thing exists at all. It all sounds like superstitious nonsense.
You doubt the veracity of my tale? Then allow me to vanquish this evil beast and quell your disbelief!
Whoa, wait a sec, Gareth. Just navigating that cave's interior could be hazardous to your health.
Nay, Bentley, fear not. I will show you the true valor of the Cooper name.
And it appears that, if it hasn't already appeared, that Sir Gareth's nature is almost the... Why am I saying almost? It pretty much is the opposite of Sly's nature. Sly is just kind of laid back and reserved, and Gareth, he's not. Also, we've never been here before, and these things...
There's the cave entrance.
Onward to conquest!
You actually want to smack these things around if you see them, because these things can actually attack you. They actually have a flame breath, which can burn you and take off a little bit of your health. So smack them if you see them. And now to go through this door.
Carmelita, what are you doing?
Relax, Ringtail. Just keeping tabs on the Dragon Slayer.
I don't recall you watching my back on any jobs.
Only when I'm trying to catch you. But I find Gareth charming. He has a good heart, even if he is a headstrong goof.
Then you better get going before Sir Goof gets himself captured again.
To start this job. Look, I know Carmelita's right about Gareth and everything, but this is starting to remind me of her and Tennessee Kid Cooper a little too much.
These murky caves conceal the villain's presence.
Also, I swear he sounds like Kane from Blood Omen Legacy of Kain, which I'm playing at the same time as I'm recording this video.
Cave walls can be tricky, Gallus. Be careful.
Let's go ahead and smash the enemies and the barrels and whatnot that are around here. And let's also check around here because there is a slime mass that's really easy to miss. You can then use the catapult crash to get back up, and then we can do this like we're supposed to.
Upward to glory.
So we need to make our way up this machine, and to do that, we're going to have to not only use the catapult crash, but we also have to run on these little treadmills, which are kind of reminiscent of Sly 1. Once you get this platform all the way lowered, you can use the catapult crash once you latch on and get further into this area. Be careful here, otherwise you will hit the fire, and you do not want to hit the fire. Disconnect here,
The foul creature will soon feel my wrath.
then launch yourself at the platform to get over to this point. At least these things drop.
This beast shall soon know the valor of the Coopers.
At least these things drop coins whenever you kill them, which is always a good thing. And once you're on that last platform there, you don't need to go through the door. You can just launch yourself straight up immediately. You'll make it here safely either way. Now, actually, no.
Climb. Aside from the impending monster battle.
And now for this part. We need to run up the treadmill. We need to get this thing rolling once the...
Zounds! This dragon is not flesh and bone, but iron and steel.
Holy hand grenades, it's a robot! Gallus, this monster is a giant machine!
So, for that last set of platforms that we had to use the catapult crash to get up to here with, you want to run the treadmill to get the first platform all the way down. Then you want to wait until the first set of those little flaming orbs meet with each other before you get that platform rising up. From there you can make it to the second platform, and then you can get up here. And once you get over here, we need to smack the enemies around. And then we'll have to get over to here, catapult crash, get on the horns,
For soon enough,
get in the
your
teeth,
fate is sealed.
get on the other horn, and then slide down here and we'll trigger a cutscene.
Now, foul demon, face the fury of Sir Gallus Cooper.
Gallus, no!
Mayhap Sir Bentley had a point.
tin can with teeth. Let's see what you're really made of.
And now that Sir Gallus has been eaten, we need to take care of these heads. When they lower down the Spitfire, you want to shoot them down, and when they hit the floor, you want to approach them. You'll get this cutscene where you have to hit R1 several times, and you'll blow one of the eyes off. That head will be out of commission for a little while. As for those little missiles, they will home in on you. You'll also want to make sure that you jump over the lasers when they come at you too. Also, you definitely want to watch your health. Now for this one. And all that's left is this head. And now we got 3 homing missiles, which we do have to shoot down. And when you see the wings blow everything back, including yourself, you want to keep moving forward. And then, of course, you want to avoid the fireballs. And then wait for this thing to reach the floor here. And then start shooting. You know what to do here. Now we're going to have to do this again to blow up the other eye on all 3 of the heads. This is where it will get rather nasty. Because you'll also start seeing multiple attacks at one time. Sometimes the winged enemies will show up. And oh boy, want to step back a little bit there. And you may have more than one head drop down to shoot the flames. Well, at least we got this one out of the way, so we can now blow up the left eye, and we'll give ourselves a little more room to take care of the other 2 heads. You'll usually have to deal with 2 attacks at the same time. We had the lasers and fireballs earlier. We had the fireball and the wind blowing everything back earlier at the start of this. You may have to deal with the homing missiles and something else at the same time. Can't believe that happened. And this thing is getting blown up. At last. Definitely want to give yourself as much room as possible. So that way you can make this much easier on yourself. Now we got 3 attacks going on at the same time. Fireballs, lasers, and the wind. And we had the missiles showing up, and they seem to be a little faster here too. Thankfully, this is the only head we have to deal with, so let's just keep shooting at this thing, and we should be able to get over here. And finally finish this off. And that'll do it.
Alas and alack, I feel as though I have been ground into sausage.
Are you hurt, Sir Gallus?
Methinks I am still whole. I thank you, milady, but must confess, rescue by a fair damsel wounds me deepest.
I think I understand. What do you say we make this our little secret?
I would be thrice grateful and in your debt. What a fair and gracious maid you are, Carmelita.
I think I like the sound of that.
And with that, we have saved Sir Gallus Cooper, and we have completed the first job for this video. And we are now 2/3 of the way through the masks. I am now looking at my mask list here, and I'm surprised at how much it has just, how much I have just expanded this as I'm looking at it. Took a while to get there, but we got there. And now we have another mission, another job with Murray. Short supply. This will be fun. First of all, we have some new moves. We have the Diablo Fire Slam. While holding anything, pressing triangle slams it into the ground, creating a huge radial fire ring. So slamming enemies and objects now does fire damage. We have the triple shot. for Carmelita. Press R1 to fire 3 spread projectiles per shot. While I'm at it, I'm just going to get the stun shot, the charge shot, and the auto fire because I don't even know when I'm going to be using Carmelita at this point. Might as well get that out of the way because I now have so much money at this point. And I'm also going to do sprint while charging since Murray already has it, which means that all the abilities that I have left to buy are going to be in Bentley's camp. So, all I have to do now... Oh, actually, before I do that, I want to actually show off the rest of the costumes. I don't think I ever showed any of these off. I think I showed off the samurai costume. Forged long ago for a great general, this heavy armor was made to battle even demon enemies. Its unique construction withstands the fiercest flames, while its shield can reflect fireballs. Jailbird costume, reserved for the worst criminals in the Old West. This prison outfit sports a heavy iron ball and chain attached to the wearer's leg, restricting movement. However, the wearer can use a colossal ball to smash objects and inflict massive structural damage. Saber-tooth costume, created by a shaman at the dawn of history. This saber-toothed tiger outfit looks as ferocious as it is powerful. Enhancing one's primal abilities, it grants the wearer the stealthiness and hunting prowess of a cat, including a killer feral pounce. Archer costume. Some say this outfit was tailored by a genius, but whatever the case, it certainly spawned the fashion trend in merry old England. Combining stylish good looks with rugged durability, it allows the wearer to fire arrows with attached ropes, creating tightrope pathways. And that is all of the costumes. And what does that say? Well, it said something and I missed it. Not like it was really going to be that important. It probably just says, hey, you can just go to other places and replay jobs if you go over here. Anyway, there is Sir Raleigh's frog hat. Might as well go ahead and look at it. Sir Raleigh's frog hat. After Sly took down Sir Raleigh's storm machine and Carmelita took the pesky frog to jail, all that was left of his criminal activity was his distinctive hat floating adrift in the ocean. Raleigh's hat prevents the player from taking damage when falling in water, which you probably already noticed in the last video, I think, because the save was the first one we did then. This is basically the water safety ability from Sly 1, which I'm glad that's back, honestly. It's nice to see that again, especially with some of the things that we've had to do near water in this game, especially getting one of the clue bottles here. Anyway, let's go ahead and go for Murray's job because I want to get another job done for this video. The local tavern is named the Slippery Toad. I'm not sure if that was ever touched upon in any of the past missions. Anyway, this one is gonna get a little interesting. So let's go ahead and tackle this, shall we? Oh, and newly purchased items can be used in the gadget grid by holding L2 down. We have... Hold on. We should have something bought at this point. I don't know why I don't have it. But I had it in the practice run, and I want to make sure that I get it. Because now I just realized I missed something. Let us go ahead. Go back to what our good friend... There we go. I missed some stuff. There's Dukes of Dynamite, which is the explosive punches. Can't believe I forgot those. Sprint while charging, which I'll go ahead and show off. Allows Murray to sprint while charging by pressing and holding R1. And Clothesline a la Macho. Double tap R1 to clothesline the enemy. Now I've taken care of all of that. Now we can do this mission. Sir Gallus' catapult crash technique goes higher than Sly's standard hook spring move. That has more or less been established in the last video. You go a lot faster and higher with that one. Matter of fact, I don't think you'd even do the standard hook spring move that Sly has with Gallus in the first place. With that said, let us now go ahead and get the Dukes of Dynamite, because I'm going to need them. And there's the double clothesline. There's the ability to sprint while charging. I'm pretty sure Sly's version of the move is going to work the same way. And that was pretty nice. I like that. Anyway. Oh yeah, and I wanted to show that off too. That blew some things up, and I'm glad that it did. Let's go ahead and do some things here. Get some more money. And apparently, the explosive property only works with objects like barrels and crates. You can't do it with enemies. Well, that's something to keep in mind at the very least. Let us go over here. Get this guy taken care of. Slam him. Get this. And start this up.
Okay, listen up. We need to hit the Black Knight where it hurts. And that means taking down the operations he's set up in the village shops. First up, Murray, you'll need to visit the tavern. Sorry, big guy, no time for snacks. The tavern has been converted into a fuel production facility for those robotic guards. Get in there and do what you do best. Tear the place apart. Next, Sly, you'll need to revisit the shoemakers. We're going to shut down the machines fabricating those ginormous parts. Last but certainly not least, Gallif, you'll need to infiltrate the bakery. My instrument readings show it's the main power source for the other production facilities. You're the only one who can reach the second floor, where I believe you'll find a generator. There's no time to waste, so let's get going.
Okay, you heard Bentley. Together, we can bring this whole operation down.
Yeah! Let's go kick some butts!
And we now...
You need to get to the tavern. I think for this one you can go right through the front door.
You mean like punch through the door?
I meant walk, actually.
Well, I like to have options.
Well, it's time to head to the tavern, which means we need to head back towards the more villagey part of the overworld. Let us take care of this guy. And that guy, because he apparently spotted me. Thankfully, having the flaming or explosive punches really makes things work rather well. I can tear through these enemies rather easily. And all the lesser enemies go down in one punch, and I wanted to slam him. And apparently I couldn't. Oh well. Well, at least I can slam this guy. That always works. And I'm trying to get closer and closer to the slam trophy, and I don't even know how I don't even know if if I'm even close to it. Anyway, the tavern should be over here. Let's go ahead and get in the door. And this will be a three-parter. We'll be switching from one character to another as we do all this. So let's make sure that we're doing this as we should. Wanted to make sure that my...
Murray, you need to shut down the mixing system. Try disabling those vats.
I got you, chum. The Murray is gonna rain destruction like a cloud of pain.
Interesting analogy. Murray, try throwing the guards into the vats.
As I was saying, I want to make sure that my microphone is well connected to my audio splitter. That way I can... Ooh! You're here! And you have a shiny pocket. What do you have? Gas grenade. Cool. The mouse enemies have their own carryable stuff. Sometimes they have a gas grenade, sometimes they have a can of tomato juice, and sometimes they have... What was it? Swiss cheese! And I want to make sure that I collect all three of those things.
Keep going, Murray.
Sometimes you'll have to deal with multiple enemies at once. Thankfully, this is a good time to have either the flaming punches or the explosive punches. And I want to make sure that you have something that I want. You do not have anything that I want, so you're getting thrown at that. And I really need to beat up these enemies for the health. Oh, it's right there. Trying to find it and I couldn't. Well, at least I can shake him down for a treasure or two. But of course, if I do that, then I'm going to lose him. But hey, it's worth the 500. Where are you going to come from? Oh, and if you need health, you can always destroy these chairs for a ton of gold as well as some health. I was hoping maybe you'd have something that I like to pick up and actually grab. Sadly, that was not the case there. But you are trapped.
Nice shot, Murray.
And now that that's taken care of, yeah, you just get thrown in here.
The Murray is triumphant.
And now that Murray has done his share of the work over the tavern, we're going to have to play Sly, and we're going to have to go to the shoemakers. Which will be a little interesting because we have to go through that little part of the world again. Ropes can easily be cut by lasers. Keep a close eye on your surroundings. This hint applies to this part of the job.
Sly, you need to return to the shoemakers. Whatever's being manufactured in there can't be good. Let's shut it down.
Consider it done.
I mean, there was a laser there and some weird-looking giant robot part. I'm pretty sure it's not exactly the greatest thing in the world by default. Anyway. Oh, dear. Either you have a shiny pocket or you don't. You do. And you are strangely out of my way now. Let's go ahead and get rid of you just because I can. And let's get to the door. Oh, he went over there. Well, I'm not going to bother him. He doesn't have anything worth picking up for a lot of gold or anything. Not for a lot of gold coins. We're just going to go straight to the shoemakers from here. And now we need to make our way up. And we need to go back to that one part.
Some unusually strong ratings from the upper levels of the shop. Sly, it looks like the bow will come in handy here, but you'd better watch out for that laser. If it slices through the rope while you're on it, you'll fall into that pool of white hot molten metal below.
Is that bad?
Sometimes your humor escapes me, Sly.
No, Sly. No, it's not. You actually become the Terminator if you fall down in there. Yes, it's bad! Anyway, we need to climb down here, and this time... No, we don't climb down here. Bad idea. Horrible idea. We need to play with the costume again. Why'd I do that? We need to play with the costume again, and we need to play with this. We need to ready the bow, aim our shot, and then once the laser's out of the way, we can get over to the target. Now. And we need to get to the top of this thing. Now, the laser off in the distance is not the problem. It's that one right in front of us. And I'm going to have to wait for it again. I actually needed to let go of R1, not press circle again. Now we can do this. Oh, if only that were possible. But now we got to do some hacking. And unfortunately, this involves motion control. Yay! Now let's see if I can do this. Alright, we need to be very careful going down here. Alright. So far, so good. Let's not move to the center there. Meh. And we have done it. We just need to drop in here now. This is probably the easiest one to do first try. And now that we've gotten through the hacking part really quickly, like I had the feeling that I would, it's now time to do Sir Gallus' part of the job, and we need to head to the bakery. This is where things will get even more interesting.
This place is definitely closed for business.
We had a loading screen just for that, just to go to another loading screen. This game has more loading screens than Sonic 06. Much less any of the other Sly games. Waiting on this loading screen.
Okay, Gallus, you need to get inside the bakery. If we shut it down, we can bring the Black Knight's operations to a halt.
Fear not! I will smite the source of this plague that corrupts this land.
Let's just start with the bakery's power source.
Well, that's a good idea, I guess. Did this guy have anything? No. And I can't believe I got trapped on that, but We can get over here. Take the gold coins. Get rid of him just to be safe. And actually, we don't have to do hacking this time around. We can just go in the door. Which is a good thing, because I do not feel like doing another hacking minigame so soon after doing that motion-controlled one.
Gallus, you need to get to the floor above, but I don't see an access point. Look around. There must be a way up there.
Leave it to me, Bentley.
So once again, we need to knock these things out of our way, and we need to get to this hook. And then we can use the catapult crash to get up here.
Alright, this is it. You'll need to shut down those 3 sub-generators to disable the central device, but be careful. I suspect the system has an auto-reset, and you'll need to deactivate them all before that happens.
Enough twaddle and gobbledygook. Time for action.
Oh boy.
As if Sly wasn't enough of a handful to deal with anyway. We need to use the catapult crash to get up here, and we need to use the catapult crash again to break these pipes. When you break the first one, you're going to have to deal with the lasers. Watch the timer, stay on the edge, and you can easily make it to the second one. Now here's where it gets a little dicey. You need to be very careful regarding the lasers. The more space you have to land on things, the better. And thankfully, I was able to get back to the hatch very easily just by staying on the edge. And we have completed this job a little faster than I expected, especially that part of the job. As Murray, hold and release triangle to unleash a deadly attack. I've even gotten that hint before on the loading screen. I know we've gotten it off back when we started the game, but I don't think we ever got it on the loading screen. Well, that was something. Anyway, oh dear. Oh boy. Shell-shocked heart of mice and mechs sounded bad enough. That was some not exactly good foreshadowing, and I doubt that the name Shell-shocked heart, which is the name of the next job, is really, how do I put it? I don't think that's really courage-inducing either. We do have new moves, though. We have Licks of Lightning, which is the lightning fists for Murray. I almost said Bentley there for a second. And Bend It Like Bentley, which allowed you to kick a bomb directly towards a nearby target. I know we had something like that earlier. I know we did. I think Bomb Kick just kicks it forward, but I think Bend It Like Bentley actually gives it some sort of homing capabilities, assuming that the enemy is very much nearby. Should be worth mentioning. Anyway, I'll buy those when the time to play as the characters who have them come. And I'm going to go ahead and save the game because I have completed 2 jobs for this video. Join me next time where we tackle the job known as Shell-shocked heart. Confidence-inducing. That's the name of the word that I was thinking of. Yeah, if the name of the episode of Mice and Men wasn't confidence inducing enough sarcasm. This really does not induce any confidence at all. I have a bad feeling about this. I just know it. Until then, this is PrinceWatercress. Take care, stay safe, and thanks for watching!